Hello viewers, today we are going to talk about the top 10 most spoken languages in Southern Africa. Southern Africa is comprised of Namibia, South Africa, Lesotho, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Malawi, Zambia, and Swaziland. All these countries, if we look, they all have one major common language or common background, which is called the Bantu speaking language. The Bantu languages is the one which is the mother language, which is broken into all these languages. People later had to migrate from one place to the other, but they were all Bantus before then. There are some parts which would speak the Nguni language, but mostly the Bantu is the one which dominates the Southern Africa. Now, there are some parts of the Sub-Sahara desert whereby we find the people like the Khoisan and those Bushmen who stays in the other part of Botswana. Their language is quite different from the Bantu languages. But from the top 10 spoken languages, I'm going to give you the top 10 and approximately how much it dominates in Southern Africa. On number 10, we've got Tonga. Tonga language, you find Tonga speaking people in South Africa and some parts of Zimbabwe, some parts of Botswana, some parts of Malawi. Tonga is comprised of a collective of about 1.5 million people. Number 9, we've got Venda language. Venda language, it's mostly of people who are at the border of Zimbabwe and South Africa, the Beit Bridge. But the larger group is found in the South African side. The other one, the smaller section, is also found in the Zimbabwean side. We have a collective number of about 2.8 million Venda speaking people in Southern Africa. On number 8, we've got Swati language. Swati language, or Siswati as they call it, is the number 1 language spoken in Swaziland. It is also found in some other parts of South Africa as well, especially the other parts which shares the border with Swaziland. On number 7, we've got Sotho language. Sotho is the number 1 spoken language which is spoken in Lesotho. We've got other parts or other people which are also speaking Sesotho in Namibia and other parts of Botswana. We also have another large section of Sotho speaking people in South Africa. All of the Free State provinces in South Africa, they speak Sesotho. We have a total number of about 5.6 million Sotho speaking people in Southern Africa. On number 6, we've got Ndebele or Sindebele. We have a large group of Ndebele speaking people in Zimbabwe. Mostly the Ndebele people who are in Zimbabwe, they are people who migrated from South Africa under the leadership of King Mzilikazi. King Mzilikazi, he had his people and they migrated from South Africa, and he came and they settled in a province called the Bulawayo province in Zimbabwe. We find other Ndebele speaking people in South Africa. There is a place called KwaNdebele where there is a king and Ndebele speaking people as well in South Africa. There is also another group of Ndebele speaking people in Botswana, mostly by the Plum Tree border post, the other South Botswana side. where they share some people with people from Zimbabwe. In the Zimbabwean side, they also speak Ndebele, and some of them, they are in the Botswana side, they also speak Sindebele. On number 5, we've got Changani speaking people. Most of the Changani speaking people, they are found in Mozambique. In Mozambique, we've got the larger group, and also some parts of South Africa, we find Changani speaking people as well. There are also another section or fraction of the Changani speaking people which are also found in Zimbabwe, which, when we add all the Changani speaking people in Southern Africa, they amount to 7.9 million people. On number 4, we've got Chewa or Chichewa. Chewa is an ethnic group of African people who resides on the other side of Africa, which is called Malawi. Malawi, or the Northern Rhodesia as they usually used to call it during the colonial time. That's the number 1 spoken language in Malawi, and you find other Chewa speaking people in the other parts of Zambia, other parts of Mozambique, other parts of Zimbabwe, other parts of Botswana. So Chichewa speaking people, they add up to a total of about 8 million people in Southern Africa. On the number 3, we've got Tswana. Tswana is a language which originates from Botswana. Botswana, the landlocked country, which is on the other side of, it shares border with South Africa, and it also shares border with Zimbabwe. The Tswana speaking people, you find the majority of them in Botswana and some other parts of South Africa and some other parts of Zimbabwe and also Namibia. The Tswana speaking people, or Tswana tribe, it adds up to 9 million people who speak Setswana in Southern Africa. On number 2, we've got Shona. Shona is the number 1 spoken language in Zimbabwe. It is a total number of about 75% of Zimbabwean population. All of them, they speak the Shona language. It is the second language which is learned in Zimbabwean schools from English. Now Shona, you've got a lot of people that influenced the speaking of Shona. There are a lot of tribes which falls under Shona, such as Ndau in Manicaland, and the Manyika in the Mtare city, and the Vitori in Masvingo city, and the Zulu, which spreads throughout the all other Mashonaland regions of Zimbabwe. We've got other large groups of Shona speaking people, which are the Zulu tribe, which resides in Botswana. The Zulu tribe is a group of people that migrated from Zimbabwe a lot of years back, and they started to stay in Botswana, and they became Botswana citizens. From Botswana, the Zulu people were spreading across the border of Mafeking, and they also have their own kingdom in Mafeking, which is in South Africa. The Zulu people spread as well with that belt from Mafeking region with the northwest province in South Africa. They spread until to the southern part of Northern Cape in South Africa. So the Zulu people amounts to a total number of about 10.2 million people in Southern Africa. On number 1, the number 1 spoken language in Southern Africa is Zulu. Zulu is number 1 spoken in Southern Africa, and it is also number 1 spoken in South Africa itself. Such big cities like Johannesburg, Durban, Newcastle, Port Elizabeth. All the northern, all the KwaZulu-Natal provinces, they all speak isiZulu. Zulu is so dominating to the extent that most of the people that comes even from outside countries, those who are foreigners, foreign nationals staying in South Africa, they quickly learn or adopt the language of isiZulu. That is it, ladies and gentlemen, on our top 10 of the most spoken languages in Southern Africa. If you do have another topic or any other chapter or other list you want us to talk about, please do comment in the comment section below, and remember, subscribe and press the notification bell so that whenever we upload a new video, you will be notified and you'll be the first one to know and check on our list. Please remember to share.